Shalom, Pastor, coming back at you with the truth, giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kakadash. And I'm going to entitle this video, GMS has lost the oil. And say it again, GMS has lost the oil. Every member in GMS has lost the oil, according to Chief High Priest Alazar, that is Sakari. I'm gonna let you hear it. This is from How Hate Cults React to Critics, Sakari Attacks GMS and vocab. And so he says, I mean, I don't know how we lost the oil when we're out there on the highways and the byways and we're going through the breakdowns. You know, when we teach that the MOTB, well, I mean, if that's the case, this is something that Alazar had said. I'm gonna let you hear it. Listen up, and I'll speak on it. Because if we lost the oil, none of them other camps never had the oil. And the oil ultimately is the truth. And you came up under us. And this is not, you know, what vocab is doing is setting us to fight against each other, you know, going back and forth, which we're not going to do. You know, you said that out of anger because certain brothers in GMS got on him about the way his men dealt with this situation. I didn't say too much about it because I wasn't even thinking about it that much. I heard the video. I said a couple of words maybe here and there, but it's you know, it's no big deal to me. Now you made a statement, and I gotta. Now you said we don't have the oil, which is the truth, which is the breakdowns of the scriptures, which is the fact that we're going out teaching the breakdowns of the scriptures, and you came up under us. You made the statement that we were the likened unto the church of Berea. When you read about the church of Berea, the Paul said that they were more noble than the church of Thessalonica because they searched the scriptures to see if those things were so. Now you made a statement. You said that we teach rape on the streets. No, we teach the gospel. That's part of the gospel. If you remember, Brother Polite rolled up on us and asked us straight up about Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. And we broke it down to them the correct way, him the correct way. It was a whole uproar about it. And you were confronted about it by Brother Polite. And Brother Polite broke it down the wrong way because he had a problem with it, but then he sat down and he said, let me look it up for myself. You know, one thing about Brother Polite is he does a lot of research. He'll research things. He'll go as far as he can. So he came to the conclusion that yes, they were right, and he confronted you. I don't know if it was his house, your house, a hotel or something. And I remember that. And he read the scriptures. He went into the Hebrew and he read the definitions. And you said something to the effect of, the word. I'll go to the precept. It means to arrest, to take by force, blah blah blah. And you said, well, it could be. There's other meanings to it, and there's no other meanings to it. You know, the word to take hold of and the word to humble. Those are the two key words, which the word for humble is the word ainah. Now the word ainah in the Hebrew, if you use the word ainah in describing somebody, it's talking about they being hard on them. The word ainah is in during the time period of Absalom's daughter, which was David's granddaughter, and Absalom's brother that raped Absalom's daughter. It says David's daughter. It was Absalom's daughter, and that's why he killed his brother, because he raped his sister, but she fell in love with him. and she didn't want to have nothing to do with him, typical of a Negro. And you know, it got back to Absalom. He said, "I'm gonna kill this nigga," you know. And Jake does that, man. They once they get it, they like, man, bitch, get out of here. You know, I'm guilty of that shit myself in the past. I mean, I didn't totally cut off a woman, but after you get it, oh, bitch, I ain't gotta take it no more. Well, I already hit it, you know. That attitude, which is not a good attitude necessarily. But anyway, you got to deal with that, because guess what? If you don't deal with that, you are guilty of both adding to the word and taking away from the word. Because but that you got to deal with the whole scripture. You got to deal with the whole word of the Most High. So now you got to deal with it. You got to Hassad, Deacon Akar, you guys got to do a video on that and explain to the people that GMS went off when they made their statement in front of Polite, or Brother Polite. And even Sarnetta, with the help of Nepal, because Nepal is Sarnetta's biblical guide, you know, because if she didn't say it, he wouldn't have said it, you know. And he did a video. He said, by far, GMS is #1 camp out there. And then he at this, in the same breath, same video, he said the whole rape thing is correct. GMS was right. However he said it. And Nepal Shadar was on there on the show, because she was the one that showed him, because she does research, you know. Even though she's going off because she's a woman, she shouldn't be teaching. Now, if she taught other sisters, that's one thing. The older sisters, women teaching the younger, that's scriptural. But she's not supposed to be teaching men. So you got to deal with that. Now, let me let you listen to this, and I'm gonna see where I'm gonna go with this. So listen up. You got to deal with this. If you don't deal with this, Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, you're guilty of adding. You're guilty of taking away from the scriptures and adding to. Because when you take away anything from the scriptures, you got to add something to replace it. Example: the MOTB. We know what the MOTB is all about. You know what the MOTB is all about. You did a video about a week ago breaking it down just like the way we break it down. Now, whether the Spirit worked on you, whether you heard us and said it made sense and you kept it in your mind, or you heard it, you had to have heard it from us. I don't know what the deal is. And you thought about it, and you maybe went and researched it for yourself and said, yep, they're right. Now, in the case of Bishop Nathaniel saying that the MOTB, Revelation 13, is not talking about what GMS says it is, but it's talking about Christianity. Do you know what Bishop Nathaniel just did? He took away from the word, but he had to replace it with something else. The charagma is really an embargo. The charagma is really Christianity. And that's the same thing that General Yohanes said, that it ain't an actual grain of rice charagma, that it's Christianity. He even said it was Islam. He says Islam is Christianity, is sleeping with white women. Solomon had it. Now, how can Solomon have the MOTB when the B wasn't even around? The B wasn't on the scene. So that tells me that Johanna doesn't know who the B is, what the B is all about. You know what the B is all about. I'm talking to you, Alizar, because you did the research. You listened to what we said. You went back and you did the research, and you said, yep, this makes all the sense in the world. But now, when it comes to applying Deuteronomy 22, you turn into a Christian. Not mad at you, not upset at the fact that you said we don't have the oil. What part of the oil don't we have? We're going through the scriptures. You said that we were the church of Berea. The church of Berea had the oil. We still got the oil. You teaching the gospel, but you're not teaching the whole gospel. Deuteronomy 22, you got to deal with that. And like I said, I'm not mad, I'm not upset. You shouldn't be mad, you shouldn't be upset. The scripture said, come and let us reason together. So you can't say it's something different than what we say it is, because like I said, you're guilty of, well, you're guilty of the law, which, what is that, Deuteronomy chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken. And you're also guilty of Proverbs chapter 30, around about the 5th verse. And Revelation 22, 18 and 19. Because we said what we said, if it's asked about us on the street or the Spirit's on us to teach it, we're going to teach it. It's part of the gospel. You know? So let me let you listen, and I'll either close this or go on and see where the Spirit takes me.
And hatred who have lost the order. Right? That's how dumb that both have good Negroes have more sense who are filled with the spirit of sex disagree even when they blatantly disagree. They know better than that. They know it. They know better than to disagree with the person that they share an ideological view with in front of the Hebrew Israelites. They know better than that. They know it demonstrates a weakness in their movement when they disagree, even when they blatantly disagree. But these idiots at Great Millstone don't even have that much sense to them because they're idiots who are filled with the spirit of and hatred who have lost the order. Right? That's how dumb that both have good Negroes have more sense to them. Right? They teach race or something.
You heard that, so now we got to question him on it. He got to answer. What does it mean? If you can show us that we're going off, we'll say, look, we went off, and maybe we'll get the oil back. Let's go back to it.
Who have lost the order, right? That's how dumb they're, because they're idiots who are filled with the spirit of Satan and hatred who have lost the order, right? That's how dumb they're. Both have good Negroes have.
And we haven't forgot it either, okay? Who teach rape on the street corners. No, we teach the gospel on the street corners, all right? So you gotta answer it. You gotta deal with it once and for all. Once and for all. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.